Hey everybody. Uh, Sorry I was outside. Um, we got our gray fox pelt here. It's all dry, ready to go. We're gonna wash this guy and get it ready to pickle to tan it. Being as I already know what I'm gonna use this fox for, I'm going to take my razor knife and I'm gonna open this up so that we can wash it easier and the tanning process doesn't take as much time. So what we're going to do is we're going to split him from the belly all the way up right up the middle. Nice and easy. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but try and get it as close as you can. So we've opened him up. These legs could be split, but I don't think we're going to mess with those today. As you can see, this is just an absolutely gorgeous fox. Can't really see it in that light too well. But we'll just get him turned the right way around. His ears didn't dry out too good, but that's to be expected. It was in a pretty cold shed. I don't get a ton of air movement in there. It takes a long time for these to dry, but they don't mold up or anything, which is a good thing. So in here we have lukewarm water with dish soap. And I use dish soap because it's cheap and it cuts the grease. Not that fox are terribly greasy, but this is going to make it a lot easier to work. So into the soap it goes. Get all that in there. Rinse my hands real quick. Roll your sleeves up because we're just gonna work that soap on the flesh side of the pelt. So we're just loosening up all the grease and dirt, blood, anything that was in that pelt. Just give it a good bath. And I'm already seeing a bunch of dirt come out of this, so that's good. And the grease from the fat is coming off, which is real good. And the pelt's getting nice and clean. Drain that water. Just keep. We're gonna drain. This stuff's pretty dirty at this point. And this is how I do all of my pelts, whether it's a skunk or a fox or a raccoon, whatever. That dish soap, wash it a few times, get it good and clean, and then we can pickle it. So let's get him. And we're partially hydrating the pelt. just keep washing this until this water comes out clean. I can show you what the water looks like now. You can see that it's got like a brown tinge to it. It's not perfectly clear. And before, it was real brown. I got another fox here we can do. But again, it's real simple. You're just washing this pelt. So, lots of soap, all that good stuff. Now, check the pelt over for any fat or tissue that you missed during the fleshing process. And there's a little bit on this, but there's not much on these foxes as far as that stuff goes. Really, he's looking pretty well done. We'll drain. And you're not using hot water for this. Never use hot water. You want, like, body temperature water would be like the warmest I would go. We'll use the hose here. This is cold water. And we'll get a good rinse. And that's really it for washing it. We'll be back and we'll get the pickle ready. All right, so for you people that enjoy chemistry, this will kind of pique your interests probably. So what we need, well, what we're using is we're using Mackenzie's Ultimate Acid. The stuff's very safe to use. So the way that tanning works is we're going to pickle the skin, and that chemically alters the skin. But what you're making at that point is rawhide. So we're going to, once it's pickled, we will remove it from the pickle, neutralize it, and then we're going to add an oil to it that turns it into leather. So let me double check the directions here. I just read them. We're going to do a 2-gallon batch, so we need 1 ounce. And I have a scale under the bucket here. There's an ounce. And then we need 2 pounds of salt. 1 pound, yep. And you don't want to use salt with iodine. So we're just going to dump this in. Two pounds, 1 ounce of material in there now. We're going to tear the scale, and then I got to go get some water. So, 1 gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. So we need 16 pounds of water. And we got our 2 gallons of water now. So what we're going to do with this now is we're going to stir it up, mix it in really, really good. and then we're going to add all the, the 2 fox pelts that I have ready to tan into this container, and then we will agitate it twice a day for the next 3 to 4 days. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we've agitated this solution. I'm going to grab the gray fox pelt. We're going to stick it in there, and then we're going to agitate it. Got our gray fox skin. Into the pickle it goes. And we'll just push it down in there with a broom handle. That'll work just fine. And I usually just make sure they're submerged real good. We can definitely do 3 fox with this at a time with a 2-gallon batch of the pickle. And I got to prep the other fox to go in there with him. Apart from that, that's pretty much it for like day 1 of the tanning process is wash, degrease and wash, prep your pickle, and get it in there. It's really not that complicated, but it's definitely a involved process, and you guys will see the hard part, which is like the final step.